Yo, Tavi here, and this is my free-to-play account where the goal is to reach max tier with every single brawler in the exact order I unlock them. And in this episode, it's finally time for the thumbs down king, Edgar, and I'll be pushing him with someone some of you might already know. But before pushing Edgar with a secret guest, I decided to push some titles with Talented 11. I found him randomly while scrolling the brawlers category and he was honestly quite fun to watch, so we decided to team up and do our first duo stream together, where we'd push some titles since the mastery event was ending really soon. If you want to check him out, I'll leave a link to his channel down in the description. It was finally time to push a title I promised a lot of episodes ago, and today I'm finally going to push Poco's title. Yeah, I know I promised to push it quite a while ago, but hey, better later than never. We started by playing Brawl Arena. I promise this is the last time you'll hear about it. But because Poco wasn't exactly one of the best brawlers here, we switched to Brawl Ball, which turned out to be a great choice, because we started winning like crazy. After just 15 minutes, Poco was already at gold 2, and after 25 minutes, I was already just one win away from unlocking his title. We queued up and matched up against Frank, Mortis and Sandy with some random pins and ranks. I wonder if they were even good. I'm pretty sure you already know the answer. So we queued up again and matched against Max, Fang and Dynamite. They didn't seem as scary as the last team, but we still lost. Mainly because we just didn't have enough damage. Third time's the charm is what I thought when we loaded into the next match against Maisie, Kenji and Mortis. But unfortunately we lost yet again. The fourth and final match for the title was against Mortis, Crow and Mandy, and this time the match actually looked promising. And we actually won, which meant I got my second title on the free-to-play account. But I wasn't going to stop here because I was going for my third title, Shelly's No Time to Explain title. Thanks to the Mega Pig event, I was already at gold 2, so it shouldn't take too long to reach gold 3 with Shelly either. We decided to play 5v5 wipeout with viewers from both streams. The only, let's call it a problem, was that we didn't play it really seriously.
We can just play esports and
what is this?
Get loads of money.
Wait, can we go in this?
Yeah, I have Hypercharge Super. Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's see this. Whee!
And yeah, they just died. Brawl Stars, please fix your game. Another issue was the map. It was super open and I was playing Shelly. Still, it wasn't enough to stop me from getting a bunch of kills. And without even noticing, I was already one match away from getting my third title on the free-to-play account. In the last match, we queued up against Janet, Ash, Shelly, Squeak and Mandy. At first the match was tight, but then they got the lead. We managed to take the lead back, but by then only 1 minute was left on the timer. So we had to play super carefully to avoid throwing the match. In the last 5 seconds they got really close, but luckily it wasn't enough to make us lose. And this meant I unlocked Shelly's No Time to Explain title. Then I started pushing for my fourth title, Barley's You Got Served title. Because the 5v5 map was so open, I couldn't do anything. Thanks to Barley's gadgets, I was basically the demo version of Barry. So after an hour of struggling and barely making any progress, I decided to stop playing on the free-to-play account for the day. On the next day, I decided to play the Hypercharge Unleashed event since it was ending really soon and you could get a free Hypercharge from it. Whenever you start a match, you're forced to play a random brawler, which most of the times was just horrible. And since I have barely any brawlers maxed out with gears or stoppers on my free-to-play account, I was constantly stuck with awful builds that didn't work on any maps at all. So after nearly 40 matches of suffering, I finally managed to win 25 games, meaning I earned a free Hypercharge start drop. And from it I pulled a Hypercharge for Eve, which was honestly alright. At this point it was already 1 AM and instead of going to sleep, I decided to push Edgar in Duo Showdown. In this episode I will push Edgar only in Duo Showdown because I've never pushed a brawler to 1000 in duos before. Another reason is the secret guests. I had to get Edgar to 550 trophies so we could hit 1000 at the same time when we would start pushing together. Thanks to Edgar being fully maxed out, the push felt incredibly easy. Even though I was playing against bots at first, I reached 100 trophies in under 10 minutes, which just felt awesome. The matches after 100 trophies felt almost the same, because at that range barely anyone was using maxed out brawlers, so reaching 200 trophies wasn't hard either. Instead of sleeping, I kept pushing. At 200 trophies, things changed just a little. Most players now had star powers and gadgets, but still not many had brawlers with hypercharges. So even though the matches were slightly harder, they were still really easy. First I reached 300 trophies, and since the matches didn't change much, I ended up also reaching 400 trophies without any issues. By now it was already 2 AM and I finally started feeling tired, so I decided to stop and go finally to sleep. After getting waken up by my cat and not being able to fall back asleep, I decided it was a sign to continue pushing Edgar to 550 trophies, and I was just 150 away from my goal. The matches after 400 trophies, let's just say people didn't get much smarter, but a lot of them now had decently upgraded brawlers, so sometimes they actually fought back. Either way, that didn't stop me from reaching 500 trophies. If you enjoyed even a tiny bit of this video, please consider subscribing. It's completely free and keeps me motivated while I continue working to improve the quality of my videos and streams. By the way, the comments in the background are my favorite ones from the last episode. Anyway, the matches after 500 trophies felt almost the same, except that everyone was just a little better. In the final game for 550 trophies, we had an awesome start where we got 13 power cubes, but unfortunately, our team got jumped by a 3 power cube kit and we got wiped out. I can't imagine showdown once kid gets his Hypercharge. Because we got second place instead of first, I was now just 2 trophies away from my goal of 550 trophies. Then I got a message from the secret guest that he was ready to push. So, meet the secret guest, Acerola. If you don't know who Acerola is, Acerola has pushed over 60,000 trophies on the Duo Showdown. And not only that, but he is also a full free-to-play player on the Duo Showdown only account. This adds an insane amount of dedication to his journey to 100,000 trophies. So if anyone ever wants to learn how to push in Duo Showdown, I think the best place to seek advice from would be from Acerola. So that's exactly what I did by asking what is the best build for Edgar in Duo Showdown. He suggested using the reload gadget for more supers and the damage star power to defeat enemies faster. So that's the exact build I used. And just like that, we began our journey to my 11th max tier on the free-to-play account. By the way, I noticed that he knew exactly what the boxes spawned. Another thing, I saw how he kept using Sprout Super to block enemies from damaging us or escaping. First time I've seen Sprout actually do well in Showdown. Last time I used him, I just kept getting jumped by kids. First we reached 600 trophies, followed quickly by 700 and then 800. At this point we were only 200 trophies away from max tier. Around this range, I started memorizing where the boxes spawned and also learned when to jump on enemies and when to save your super. The funniest moment of the whole push was when I got taken out by Max, who got way too confident thinking he could handle Sprout alone. But since Sprout wasn't exactly a random, yeah, Max got humbled. At this point the matches were way more harder compared to 500 or 600 trophies, mainly because the players weren't dumb anymore, unlike me. So it often felt like I was doing just barely anything while Acerola was doing everything. Most of the time I played super safe and only attacked when it was really needed. Soon enough we hit 900 trophies, meaning just 100 more to go. The final match for 950 trophies started with us getting 3 power cubes off the bat, giving us a nice advantage over others. Later on we almost got pinched between 2 teams. Acerola used his super to block them off, then managed to take out Spike. Me, being super greedy, I jumped in to grab the power cubes, but Piper used her super to escape. Thankfully for some reason, she just gave up, letting me take her out and charge another super. Then I decided to use my super on Surge and I took him out, but unfortunately got killed by Kid. It became 1v1, Kid versus Sprout, and sadly Sprout didn't stand a chance, so we got second place. That got us to 950 trophies and then 960 trophies. Just under 40 more to go. At this point the matches all started going the same way. We would collect power cubes, pressure other teams to get them to fight each other, and when it was down to 3 teams or fewer teams, we just did what we needed to be done. That's how I found myself just 1 game away from hitting max tier. Final match started as usual, collecting some power cubes for early advantage. And since I had played so many matches with Acerola, I had most of the box spawn locations memorized. So we grabbed 4 power cubes right away. We went bottom right to pressure a team full of Edgars and managed to take them out, meaning just 3 teams left now. Then we saw a fight happening at the top of the map and we went into third party. By doing this, we managed to wipe out another team, and now it was just down to the last team. Acerola took out the Piper I didn't even see, then used his super to wall off the last guy, so I just couldn't steal the final kill. And with no effort at all, he killed the Leo. That finally meant that I reached my 11th max tier with Edgar. Before wrapping up, I asked Acerola a couple questions. First one being, now that he has all brawlers at 1k, what's next? He said that he is going to do just quests for now, and after they remove masteries, maybe focus on completing records. Then my second question, by the way, is your duo account free to play or have you spent any money at all? And the answer was shocking. This account is free to play. I was genuinely surprised. So yeah, if you want to be good, spending money isn't a requirement, just keep playing the game. And as someone requested in the last episodes, I'll now always tell you the next brawler I'll push, and next up is 8-bit. But yeah, Tavi was here today, and see you on the next one.